A sudden storm rolls in, and we see a mother instinctively shield her calf from the driving rain and lightning, her body a living fortress. In these moments, the deep connection within the herd is most apparent. These giants were built for walking, capable of covering dozens of kilometers every single day in their search for food. Their journey takes them through vibrant flowering meadows. While we often picture them among trees, Paraceratherium also consumed a wide variety of plants, including the foliage of these ancient flowering shrubs. They were selective browsers, shaping the very landscape they inhabited. It's crucial training, honing the skills of pursuit and evasion that, while rarely needed for an adult, are vital for a vulnerable calf. This wasn't a fight to the death. Such contests were common and rarely resulted in serious injury. It was a way to test strength and establish a social hierarchy without risking the herd's stability. At the river's edge, the calves drink while the adults stand guard, their watchful eyes scanning the surroundings. Imagine a world long before our own, a time when giants walked the earth. As the sun rises over a prehistoric forest, a colossal figure emerges from the mist, its form so immense it dwarfs the surrounding trees. This is Paraceratherium, the largest land mammal that has ever lived. Standing up to 8 meters tall at the shoulder, this ancient giant is a creature of legend, brought back to life. We journey to the Oligocene epoch, around 30 million years ago, across the vast forests and plains of Asia. Here, herds of Paraceratherium graze peacefully. Their sheer size is staggering, with adults weighing up to an incredible 20 tons. That's more than 3 large African elephants combined. Their massive bodies, supported by pillar-like legs, move with a slow, deliberate grace, each step a testament to their immense power. Despite their intimidating size, these were gentle giants. Look closely, and you'll see a young calf nuzzling its mother, a tender moment in a primeval world. Calves stayed close to their mothers for years, relying on them for protection from the few predators brave enough to challenge such a behemoth. Herds were likely small family groups, a social structure that ensured the safety and survival of the next generation. These strong family bonds were the bedrock of their society. A Paraceratherium's day was centered around one primary activity: eating. And with a body that large, it needed to eat a lot, hundreds of kilograms of vegetation every single day. Equipped with a long, muscular neck, it could easily reach the highest leaves and branches, stripping foliage from trees that were far beyond the reach of any other herbivore. Its diet consisted of leaves, soft shoots, and shrubs, making it a browser, not a grazer. This specialized feeding strategy allowed it to thrive in the lush, forested environments it called home. We see a lone male drinking from a wide, reflective river. The water ripples around its immense legs, its silhouette a stark reminder of nature's capacity for creating true titans. These animals were perfectly adapted to their environment, from their long limbs that helped them traverse vast distances in search of food, to their sheer bulk, which served as the ultimate defense. Life wasn't always tranquil. Competition between males for territory or mating rights was a common sight. But these contests were rarely violent. Instead of lethal fights, 2 males would engage in sparring duels, locking their massive necks and pushing against one another in a test of strength. It was a ritualized display of dominance, a way to establish hierarchy without causing serious injury. The winner would earn the respect of the herd and the right to pass on his genes, As we watch a herd move through a misty valley, dust and particles illuminate the air with each thunderous footstep. They navigate the landscape with surprising agility for their size, crossing rivers and uneven terrain with confidence. Even the young ones are learning, a juvenile playfully testing its balance on a fallen log. Its curiosity a mirror of the playful nature found in many young mammals today. These were not just lumbering beasts. They were intelligent, social animals living complex lives. The world they inhabited was a dynamic one. A sudden storm rolls in, and we see a mother instinctively shield her calf from the driving rain and lightning, her body a living fortress. In these moments, the deep connection within the herd is most apparent. They move together, forage together, and face the challenges of their world together. The calves, in particular, relied entirely on the herd for protection from predators and the elements. Their survival depended on the collective strength of the group. We observe the ecosystem that flourished around them. While the Paraceratherium dominated the landscape, smaller, prehistoric mammals and insects thrived in their presence. A juvenile watches them with curiosity, a sign of its growing awareness of the world. From the glowing insects that swarm around them at dusk to the small creatures scurrying underfoot, Paraceratherium was an integral part of a rich and diverse biological tapestry. As our journey through the Oligocene draws to a close, the herd moves slowly across the plains at sunset. The golden light casts long, dramatic shadows, emphasizing their incredible scale one last time. Paraceratherium would eventually vanish, their reign ending as the climate changed and their forest habitat shrank. But their legacy endures, a fossil record that speaks of a time when the Earth was home to the greatest land mammals of all time. They remain a powerful symbol of the wonders of evolution and the ever-changing story of life on our planet. Out of the morning mist, a colossus emerges. A lone male Paraceratherium, his massive legs parting the fog like a ship's bow through water. These giants were built for walking, capable of covering dozens of kilometers every single day in their search for food. Life for Paraceratherium was often a communal affair. Here, a herd moves through a sun-drenched glade, their long necks reaching high into the canopy. They weren't always in large groups, but their semi-social nature meant they often traveled together, finding safety in numbers. Within the herd, the next generation learns the ways of the world. Calves, already huge by our standards, playfully bump and jostle near a fallen tree. These interactions are crucial, teaching them the social skills they'll need as adults to navigate their complex society. The herd pauses at a riverbank, their enormous silhouettes reflected in the sparkling water. This is a moment of calm, a chance to drink and rest before continuing their endless journey. These animals were intrinsically linked to water sources, which dictated their migration routes across the vast landscapes of ancient Asia. Its diet consisted mainly of soft leaves, shoots, and twigs, stripping them from branches with its specialized teeth and prehensile upper lip. The young learn by watching. A juvenile mimics its mother, stretching its neck to nibble on the same foliage. This is how vital survival skills are passed down: observing, copying, and mastering the art of finding food. This gentle interaction reinforces the strong bond between mother and calf. Their world was a mosaic of different environments. The herd traverses swampy wetlands, mist rising around their pillar-like legs. Paraceratherium was adaptable, thriving in a range of habitats from dry woodlands to these lush, damp lowlands, constantly moving to find fresh vegetation. Again, we see the males in a contest of strength. It's a form of non-lethal sparring, a ritualized shoving match. There's no intent to inflict serious injury, but rather to establish dominance and secure mating rights. The ground trembles with the force of their contest. Protection is a powerful instinct. A mother gently nudges her calf, steering it toward a safer area away from a potential hazard. This constant vigilance ensures the survival of the next generation in a world filled with challenges. The bond is palpable, a quiet display of maternal care. Their journey takes them through vibrant flowering meadows. While we often picture them among trees, Paraceratherium also consumed a wide variety of plants, including the foliage of these ancient flowering shrubs. They were selective browsers, shaping the very landscape they inhabited. While the adults graze, the calves find their own amusement. They explore mud puddles, their tiny interactions a stark contrast to the immense scale of their parents. These moments of play are essential for development, building strength and coordination. Territory is everything. A male gently but firmly pushes against a rival, a clear signal to establish his domain. It's a silent conversation spoken in the language of force and posture, a slow-motion dance of dominance that maintains order within their society. The herd crosses a shallow river, the water glowing in the afternoon sun. Their reflections create a surreal image, emphasizing their massive scale. Such river crossings were a regular part of their nomadic life, a minor obstacle for an animal of this size. The world of Paraceratherium was a complete ecosystem. A juvenile curiously observes smaller prehistoric mammals scurrying in the undergrowth. These giants shared their world with a host of other creatures, from tiny insectivores to formidable predators, each playing a role in the intricate web of life. The herd pauses near a cliff's edge, dwarfing the landscape below as mist drifts across the plains. From the air, their true scale becomes breathtakingly clear. They are like walking mountains, the largest land mammals to have ever lived. Communication wasn't always physical. A male displays a specific head posture and neck stretch, signaling his status to a rival from a distance. These visual cues were likely a key part of their social toolkit, a way to avoid unnecessary physical conflict. Among the giant ferns, the calves play, their youthful energy a sharp contrast to the slow, deliberate movements of the adults. These moments of carefree fun are a reminder that even in this ancient world of titans, there was room for gentleness and play. The herd moves through a dense, foggy valley. The mist accentuates their long legs, making them appear even more ethereal and immense. Their movement patterns were dictated by the seasons and the availability of food, a continuous migration across the land. A mother's protective instinct is ever present. She once again nudges her calf towards a safe grazing area, away from the herd's edge. This constant, gentle guidance is the bedrock of the calf's survival, teaching it caution and awareness. A juvenile Paraceratherium discovers a small pond. Its reflection in the water creates a fascinating sense of scale. For this young giant, even a small body of water is a world of discovery, a place to learn and explore under the watchful eye of the herd. Navigating uneven terrain was no small feat for an animal weighing up to 20 tons. Their massive limb structure and specialized feet were engineered to support this incredible weight, allowing them to traverse rocky ground and steep slopes with surprising agility. Once more, two males engage in a contest for mating rights. The gentle but powerful pushing is a testament to their strength. It is through these trials that the strongest and fittest males earn the right to pass on their genes, ensuring the vitality of the species. The forest floor is a playground for the young. Calves explore fallen logs, their curiosity piqued by the strange shapes and textures. These small adventures help them understand their environment, preparing them for the challenges of adulthood. As evening approaches, the herd grazes near a cliff edge. The rising mist wraps around their enormous silhouettes, creating a primeval scene of breathtaking beauty. They are perfectly in tune with their environment, a herd of giants moving through a world that was uniquely their own. A male stretches his powerful neck, reaching for the highest, most tender leaves. This unique feeding strategy allowed Paraceratherium to exploit a food source unavailable to any other herbivore of its time, giving it a distinct advantage in its ecosystem. A juvenile's attention is captured by something in the distance. Small predators, no match for an adult, could still pose a threat to the young. This moment of quiet tension highlights the ever-present dangers and the need for constant vigilance. Twilight descends, casting long shadows across the plains. The herd pauses, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. It is a moment of peace, a tranquil scene at the end of another day in the life of these magnificent beasts. A mother carefully nudges her calf across a small stream. The reflection in the water emphasizes the stark contrast in their sizes, yet highlights the deep connection between them. Every lesson, every gentle push, is an investment in the future. At a waterhole, two males face off once more. The tension is clear in their defined muscles, but the interaction remains controlled. These social encounters were a constant feature of their lives, a way of maintaining the herd's complex social structure without resorting to lethal violence. An aerial view shows the herd moving across swampy plains, mist drifting with their heavy footsteps. They are a force of nature, their migration shaping the very land they walk upon, a slow and steady procession of giants. The boundless energy of youth is on full display as juveniles playfully chase each other. This isn't just fun and games. It's crucial training, honing the skills of pursuit and evasion that, while rarely needed for an adult, are vital for a vulnerable calf. Even while grazing, a dominant male remains vigilant, keeping a watchful eye on a rival in the distance. Visual communication was key to maintaining territory and status, a silent, ongoing dialogue that defined their social world. The herd finds a place to rest beneath the branches of a giant, ancient tree. Sunbeams filter through the leaves, dappling their thick hides. In these moments of quiet repose, we see a peaceful side to these titans, a herd at rest. As the adults stand guard, the calves drink from the river. The reflections in the water once again create a scene of immense scale and quiet beauty. It is a perfect image of community and care, of the old protecting the new. This was the world of Paraceratherium, a world of giants, a testament to the incredible power and diversity of life on our planet. Standing at the edge of a misty valley, a lone male surveys his domain. At over 7 meters tall at the shoulder, he is a living mountain, a true giant of the Oligocene epoch. As the sun's rays pierce the canopy of an ancient forest, a herd moves with surprising grace. The dappled light illuminates their immense necks, stretching high into the foliage. These were not solitary creatures, but social animals that roamed in family groups. There lives a gentle rhythm of migration and foraging. Life for the young was a time of play and learning. Calves, already huge by modern standards, frolic in muddy puddles while the adults graze peacefully nearby. These small, tender moments reveal the softer side of these behemoths, a world of nurturing and community. Even disputes between males were often more ritual than combat. A gentle push, a show of strength, was usually enough to establish dominance, a slow-motion dance of massive muscles. As the herd pauses at a riverbank, their reflections paint a breathtaking picture of their scale. The water sparkles, mirroring silhouettes that defy belief. Here, the next generation learns crucial survival skills. A juvenile mimics its mother, stretching to reach tender leaves on a tall branch. This gentle interaction, a passing down of knowledge, was vital for the herd's future. In an open clearing, two males engage in a sparring match. This wasn't a fight to the death. Such contests were common and rarely resulted in serious injury. It was a way to test strength and establish a social hierarchy without risking the herd's stability. Their world was one of constant movement, a slow, deliberate journey through foggy valleys and across vast plains. Their social structure was complex, a network of communication and cooperation that allowed them to thrive. The bond between mother and calf was incredibly strong. A gentle nudge guides a young one toward a safe patch of grazing land, a simple gesture of protection that speaks volumes. While the adults were titans, the forest floor teemed with smaller life. Playful juveniles might chase after tiny prehistoric mammals, their youthful energy a stark contrast to the calm, deliberate nature of their elders. Crossing a shallow river is a monumental task, the water displaced by their sheer bulk. The wide expanse accentuates their immense scale, a herd of giants on the move. Communication was key to maintaining order. A male might display his dominance with a specific posture of his head and neck, a silent language understood by all. For the calves, the world was a playground. They would chase each other through giant ferns, their small forms dwarfed by the legs of the adults, a constant reminder of the size they would one day attain. Their immense weight was supported by limbs of incredible strength, allowing them to traverse uneven terrain with steady, powerful steps. A mother carefully guides her calf across a small stream, her massive form a shield against any danger. Competition for mates was a driving force. Two males might face off near a pond, their muscles tense, a display of fitness and power to win the right to breed. From high above, the herd grazing near a cliff edge is a truly epic sight. Mist swirls around their colossal silhouettes, creating a scene from a forgotten time. Even these giants had to be alert. A juvenile might pause, its attention caught by distant predators, a reminder that even the largest creatures were part of a complex and sometimes dangerous ecosystem. The calves' playful interactions, captured in slow motion, highlight their innocence and the secure world the herd provided for them. To sustain their massive bodies, Paraceratherium had to eat constantly. A male stretches his long neck to its absolute limit, reaching for the highest, most nutritious leaves. This constant search for food dictated their daily lives and migration patterns. As twilight descends, the herd pauses. The golden light casts long, dramatic shadows, transforming the landscape into a masterpiece of nature's art. At the river's edge, the calves drink while the adults stand guard, their watchful eyes scanning the surroundings. The reflections in the water double their size, creating a scene of overwhelming scale and quiet power. As dusk settles, two males might engage in one last gentle spar. Their muscular forms silhouetted against the fading light, reinforcing the social order before the night. Their journey continues through swampy plains, mist rising from each colossal footstep. They were masters of their environment, adapted to a wide range of habitats. The juveniles never seem to run out of energy, chasing each other in playful sprints, their movements a blur of youthful exuberance. For the dominant males, vigilance was constant. While grazing, an eye was always kept on rivals, as visual cues were critical for defending territory and maintaining status. Finally, the herd finds a place to rest beneath the canopy of giant ancient trees. Sunbeams filter through the leaves, creating a tranquil, cathedral-like atmosphere. It is a moment of peace for these gentle giants. Even in rest, the young are learning, mimicking the foraging behaviors of the adults, preparing for their own future. As the sun dips below the horizon, a lone male stands silhouetted against the sky, a solitary titan surveying the vast plains. The glowing mist at his feet emphasizes his almost mythical stature. In our final view, the entire herd is a collection of dark silhouettes against the fiery sunset, their immense scale and gentle nature forever etched into the history of our planet. They were a testament to the wonders of evolution, a fleeting dynasty of giants that once ruled the world. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the past, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more adventures into the prehistoric world.